I was just sitting there staring at this fire going across the bar, like, this can't be happening. I was shocked. I was stunned.
This is the Fire Upstairs podcast, a new mini-series about the arson at the Upstairs Lounge, a little-known queer oasis in the French Quarter of New Orleans. For a brief period of time in the 1970s, the Upstairs Lounge was a second home to its patrons, a place where they felt safe and free to be themselves in a world that was rampant with discrimination. But then, on the night of June 24th, 1973, someone doused the entrance of the Upstairs Lounge in lighter fluid and struck a match. Until the tragedy at Pulse Orlando in 2016, the fire at the Upstairs Lounge was the single deadliest attack on the queer community in the U.S. on record, and it remains one of the deadliest fires in modern New Orleans history.
32 people died in a terrible calamity due to no fault of their own, and then they were disrespected in death, and then they were erased, and they were erased because they were gay.
This June, to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the fire, I'll be talking with notable members of the queer community about the history of the Upstairs Lounge and tackling themes that are just as relevant to queer folk today as they were in 1973, including the importance of queer spaces, the push for visibility, and the never-ending fight for queer rights.
Obviously, the LGBT community has a long history of this kind of activism in the face of terrible odds. It's changed over the years, but every generation has had that battle. And this is sort of our generation's fight.
What our opponents are trying to do is bring back this idea that even acknowledging that gay people exist is scary. This is about vintage homophobia. This is save our children all over again.
Drag is our cultural language. Drag is our lineage. Energetically and spiritually contains the history of where we've been. That is part of why shutting drag down is so insidious. And it's another piece of erasing history.
The Upstairs Lounge is a mechanism and a way to respond to the backlash. And it reminds us that queer pain is real.
Our history is word of mouth. Our history is campfire storytelling. And you are creating community through this. You are creating a bond both to our past and to each other and our understanding of where we need to go. It's special and it's important. And I'm really grateful for the people within the community who are carrying this torch.
Everyone who was involved in it, we suffered. I couldn't talk about it for many years.
The Fire Upstairs podcast, coming soon.